Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So we are on week number 16 of my card sketches. I hope you've been following along and making them after you've watched my videos. I've had so much fun doing this, and it's made my card making so much easier because I can follow a sketch and all I need to do is pick a stamp set, some ink, paper, cardstock, or DSP, or both. So let me show you what we're going to do today. It's a really cool, pretty card. And so here it is. For this one, I used the Rustic Crate Stamp and Die set. So much fun. I've had this set for a while and I haven't used it yet. So I thought this would be the perfect card to do it. But we're going to be using a different set to make this card. And we're going to be making it in portrait. So let's get started. So here, let me bring this a little close up for you. Isn't that beautiful? I used watercolor pencils and a blender brush to, blender pen to color in the images. And I die cut hello out of the, I didn't bring it in here, but the Rustic Crate also has a die set that coordinates with the stamp set. So, alrighty, so let's get started. I'm going to keep this here so I have an idea of what it looks like. So as I mentioned, we are going to be doing sketch number 16. So this can be found in the annual catalog on page 22. And for me, it's 16. It's actually number 11 in the catalog if you start from the left and go to the right. So we're halfway there. How cool is that? Or actually more than halfway there because I skipped around. So anyway, and here is the sketch that I am using. And as I said, it's number 11. You can find this at FrenchieStamps.com and you can download the whole tutorial. All right, so let's get started. I am using Pets and More. This stamp set is such an adorable stamp set. As you know, I have pets, quite a few of them, 7 to be exact. 5 cats that we've rescued and 2 dogs, a shepherd and a Yorkie. So pretty crazy around here. But I love my pets. So this one was such an adorable set. And I love that you can use the detailed stamp and then flip it over and you use the solid image to give it a two-tone effect without having 2 different stamps. So this is really cool set. And since this doesn't have sentiments, I am using Labeled with Love. We're going to use Enjoy Today. So let us get started. What I want to do first is I'm going to cut my basic white piece down to make those 4 rectangles. So I'm going to keep these little cheat sheet here handy. So this is 3 inches by 4 3/4. We're going to cut this down the middle at 1 1/2, and then I'm going to stack them just to make it easier to cut. So 1 1/2, and then we'll flip them to the 4 3/4 inch side, and we're going to cut this down to 3 inches. So I'm left with 2 pieces that measure 3 inches by 1 1/2 and 2 pieces that measure 1 3/4 by 1 1/2. So that is all the cutting I need to do because I've already cut everything else. So we can actually start stamping. How fun is that? All right, so I'm going to keep these vertical just so I don't mess up and stamp them the wrong way. I have a piece of scrap paper, and let's see. All right, you know what? Let's start with our owl and our sentiment, and we're going to be doing that in basic gray. So I'm going to do my sentiment first, and that is Enjoy Today. So we'll just ink that up, and then we're going to just do this right in the center. And we'll go right there. Good. Set that aside. I do want to have my Simply Chamois close by because I will need it since we're using both sides of the stamp, which is something different. But so I'm going to start with the solid side of the stamp, and I'm going to ink it up, and then we're going to stamp off. And I might stamp this off twice because that is pretty dark, but I want to just test it. Let's see, let's go 3. I think I will. I'm going to stamp it off 2 times and use the 3rd image. Oops, I didn't get that all the way. All right, so we're going to stamp off again, and then we can stamp our cute little owl right here in the center, and he just fits on this piece. So we're going to clean off the stamp, and we are going to flip that over. So now we'll have the detailed side, and I'm not stamping off because we want this to be darker. So we're going to go over that image, and we're going to get it as close to that as possible. Press that down, and voila, not bad. I am done with the basic gray. We'll set him aside. Next, we'll do the sweet little dog, and we're going to do this in pecan pie. So I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to see how dark it is, and we'll decide whether we want to do it inked off 3 times or just 2. 2, I think 2 would be good. That's too light. I think I might do the 3 generations. I kind of like that. So we're going to ink that up again. We'll stamp off once, twice, and then we'll put the 3rd one down right here. We're going to clean that off, and then we're going to flip it over and do the detailed side full strength. Okay, and we'll put that right here. We'll get that centered. And we'll lift. Yeah, I definitely like it with that 3rd generation. So you kind of have to play with them and see what works best, but I like it that way. Okay, and then the last one we're going to do is our cute little kitty. So let's put her here, and then I'm also going to stamp that on the inside of the card. So we're going to put this here so I don't forget it. And because I'm using a light color, I may just do 2 on this one. So we may just ink that up. Stamp that once, stamp it twice. Yeah, see, that's very light. So I think we're just going to do 2 on this one. So in other words, ink it up, stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on our cardstock in the lighter color. And while I have this out, I'm going to do the same thing for the inside of the card. So I'm going to ink it up once. Now you can also use these stamps just with the details. They look just as good. But I like giving them that 2-tone look to it. You can also use your stamping blends, your stamp and write markers, watercolor pencils to color these images as well. And you can make them either whimsical or realistic. Because, you know, how many pink kitties do you see around, right? All right, so that's one. And let's do the outside now. And then we can start putting this card together. All right, we are done with the stamping. Not yet. Not yet. I do want to, before I adhere these, I'm going to put a little bit of the ink. Now you've seen me doing this before where I just ink up the edges. You could also do this with a blending brush, although it'll be lighter and you'll probably get to the inside of it. But I do caution you, you want to let this dry before you start adhering it, because you could smear the ink and then you'll be upset and ask me how I know. It's happened before. So we're just gonna set these over here to dry, and you'll see I'm just dipping it into to my ink and just getting a little bit on the edge there. It kind of gives it a layered look without being layered. So I like to do that. Of course, this is optional and you don't need to do this, but as I said, I like that. And why not? Since we're doing that, we'll also do the inside piece. And while I'm doing that, the other pieces are getting a chance to dry, and then we could adhere those. All right, so now we're done with our inks. We can set those aside and we can start putting this card together. All right, so let's put our doggy here. I'm going to set these down just so I know how much spacing I need. Here, I'll put our little kitty here. Now on this one, I am not going to put the linen thread because I don't think I would like it down the center. But if you want to do that, go right ahead. And you'll also notice, let me bring in the sketch. On the sketch, they probably have this one piece here, which is 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch for a sentiment. And I chose not to do that because I think this just looks adorable just the way it is. But you can do that if you want. For me, the sketches are just like a starting point. If that makes any sense. And you can make them your own. As you noticed in the first card, I did it in the landscape mode. Method, not mode. I guess it could be mode, right? I don't know. Whereas this one, I did portrait style. And I left off that piece in the center because I opted to put my sentiment on one of the squares. Well, they're not really squares, they're more like rectangles. And I'm trying to line them up so that they line up this way and then this way. So, while we have a minute, and while I'm gluing these down, please be sure to like my video and leave a comment. Let me know that you've been enjoying my series. It will be coming to an end soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the same thing with the mini catalog. I haven't decided yet. But if you want to see more, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. All right, this goes on the inside of the card. And of course, share it with your friends. We're going to put this on the inside. And then we'll add the front piece with dimensionals. All right, let's add some dimensionals on this piece. I'm going to be a little heavy-handed because I don't like it when my cards are saggy. Friends, also don't forget, if you're local to Goshen and you'd like to attend one of my classes, be sure to register. I'll have the class schedule up. My next class is coming up in the end of the week on Saturday. So I'd love to meet you. Of course, it might be a little too late to register for that one because I am going to start cutting my pieces on Monday. But if you're interested, reach out to me, register for the class, and I will certainly have all your supplies ready. We have a wonderful time, lots of fun, laughs and crafting and good food. So there we go. All right, let's put our in color resin dots on. I'm going to use my Pretty in Pink. Let's see, we'll do one here. Oops, you know what, that sometimes the backings don't come with the, you pull them off and the backing stays on the sheet. I don't know why that happens, but sometimes it does. Could be my nails. Let's see, should we put another big one here? Yeah, why not? Why not? Just keep with the big ones. So there you go, friends. I hope you enjoyed this quick card. Very easy to make. Let me know what you think about it. And please be sure to like my video, click that thumbs up, and leave a comment. And subscribe to my channel if you're not a current subscriber. If you are, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.